hit a point where I realized this life I was living, it wasn't even mine. It was stitched together from other people's fears, expectations, and rules. And I just thought, I'm not doing this anymore. Hey, it's Aubrey. This is the episode where everything shifts. Not because everything magically got better, but because I finally decided it had to change. I spent most of my life drowning in anxiety, depression, obsessive thoughts, and I truly believed that's just who I was. Until one day, I realized I was living a life that didn't even belong to me, and I made a decision that changed everything. For years, I thought my mind would always be the enemy. I didn't know what peace felt like. I just knew how to overthink, spiral, perform, and survive. It felt like I was on autopilot, wearing a mask, living someone else's life, running a program that wasn't even mine. Until one day, something inside of me just snapped. Not in a dramatic, falling on the floor kind of way. It was quiet, subtle, a whisper that said, I can't live like this anymore. And that moment, that was the beginning of everything changing. When I really started observing my thoughts, two things became crystal clear. One, almost all of them were looping on the past or spinning into a future that didn't even exist yet. And two, the life I was living wasn't mine. It was built from fear, from survival, from other people's conditioning. I had been running a script that said, keep everyone happy, don't make waves, be useful, stay small. But I finally asked myself, if not this, then who do I actually want to be? So I made a decision, a big one. I'm done living for everyone else. I'm ready to live for me. I started making two lists, what I was done carrying and who I wanted to become. And then, almost like magic, a mantra emerged. 3 simple words, but they anchored everything. I would repeat to myself, I am happy, I am healthy, I am wealthy. These weren't just affirmations or mantras. They're anchors. Repeating I am happy reminded me to stop performing and to come back to my joy. I am healthy meant caring for my nervous system, not just pushing through. I am wealthy helped me start healing my survival mindset and believing I was supported. This became my reset button. Every time I started spiraling, overthinking, or freezing, I'd stop and say it. I am happy. I am healthy. I am wealthy. Sometimes I'd whisper it. Sometimes I'd cry through it. Sometimes it took me 10 tries to believe even 1% of it. But slowly, it started to work. Once my body calmed down, I'd ask, what belief just got activated? Or why did this moment hit so hard? That's when real rewiring started happening. Not by pretending everything was fine, not by forcing positivity, but by noticing the pattern, pausing the spiral, and choosing again. Healing my anxious mind didn't happen in a straight line, and it didn't happen overnight. I still have my moments, days, seasons, whatever you want to call them. But everything started to shift the moment I decided I'm not living like this anymore. See, most of our beliefs, most of our actions, our patterns, our behaviors were things that we've learned throughout the years, things that we picked up on from childhood, things that we've learned from society. But most of us don't ever get the chance to figure out who we want to be. We are so caught up in living to societal norms or society's standards that we don't create the life that we want, that we don't create the version of us who makes us happy, not everyone else happy. I had to cut through the people pleasing tendencies. I had to stop worrying about upsetting someone by living how I wanted to live and just be myself. Repeating those 3 sentences, I am happy, I am healthy, I am wealthy, it really calmed me down in the moment. And honestly, I've tried things like that before, but they didn't really hit. I had to find something that was personal to me, and those 3 things were very personal to me. And they very quickly reminded me of what I was working towards, why I was healing, and who I wanted to become. Like I mentioned, everything started to shift the moment I decided I am not going to continue being a victim to my mind. I am not living like this anymore. And maybe that's where your shift begins too. If you're stuck in survival mode, or if you feel like your life isn't even yours, try this. Grab a notebook or your notes app and write 2 lists. 1, what are you done carrying? And 2, who do you actually want to become? Then, from that list, create a mantra. Keep it short, present tense, something that touches your mind, body, and soul. Let it be your reset, your anchor, your rebellion, and use it every time your mind starts to race or spiral. And if you want help with this, I did create a free workbook just for this phase. It's called Break Free from Survival Mode, and it's filled with the exact prompts and mindset shifts that helped me start living on my own terms. You can find it in the show notes or at evolveandembody.com. Until next time, remember, you are not your anxiety. You are not your patterns. You are not stuck. You are choosing again, one thought at a time.